All right, guys, we are live. So today, guys, today's training is about how to get YouTube views fast by choosing the right topics as a small channel. And I wanted to start this a little bit today at first and just tell you that what I'm going to share with you today isn't one of the most exciting topics unless that is you're into the nerdy stuff like me, looking up keywords, looking up topics and stuff like that. But here's what I can guarantee you guys is that if you're willing to implement and do the work that I'm going to teach you in this video, well, then you can get a lot of views on your channel. And it doesn't matter whether you're big or small. The strategies I'm going to share with you today are pretty powerful. So that's what we're going to dive into today. So the first thing I want to do is I actually want to go over to our whiteboard here and just kind of show you something real quick. So if we pull up our pen here, and we think about YouTube, well, one of the first things that we have to do when we come on YouTube is we have to create a really good video, right? Right. We got to create a video that is going to get eyeballs on it and people watching that video, right? Well, YouTube isn't always the easiest, right? Because not only do we got to create a really good video, but we have to create a really good thumbnail, right? We got to be good graphic designers as well. And we got to create a thumbnail that has some text on it, has a picture on it, and it's got to be something that gets a high click-through rate. And then on top of that, now we got to be a copywriter, right? Because we got to write a really good title that is going to get people to click on it. And that's supposed to be a mouse, right? So we got to be able to do all of these things right for a video to be successful on YouTube, right? So again, just to recap, we got to create a really good video, one that's going to get a lot of retention and get eyeballs on it and get people watching. Well, then we got to create this really awesome thumbnail that's going to get people to click on that video to see that awesome video we created. And on top of all that, we got to create a really good title that gets people to click once they see the thumbnail, and then hope that once they actually make it to this video, that they're going to watch it. So a lot of things got to go right for us to be successful on YouTube. Well, here's an even more important factor, guys. None of this stuff right here matters if we don't nail the topic in the first place, right? Because I can create a really amazing video and I can create a really amazing thumbnail and I can write one of the best titles out there, from one of the best copywriters in the world. But if I don't get this right, if nobody's looking for the topic that my video is about, or nobody's searching for that topic, well, none of this matters, right? Because if they're not looking for it, it doesn't matter how good my video is or how good my thumbnail is or how good of a title I wrote, because people aren't looking for that video. So if you've been on YouTube for any length of time, you've probably had this problem, right? You created this video that you absolutely loved. It was something you were super passionate about. You wanted to create that video. You spent a lot of time doing it. You created a really good video. You created a good thumbnail and a title, and boom, the video flopped and you were super disappointed, right? Well, on the flip side of that, I've rushed videos before, but here's the key. I chose a really good topic. I was really excited about something, quickly threw together a video, slapped a thumbnail on it, put a quick title on it, and video gets thousands of views because I nailed the topic. And if you were on my live the other day, I actually shared this right here. So this kind of drives it home why it's even more important to nail the topic, right? So if you work really hard on YouTube and over the course of the year, you commit to posting 2 videos per week, that means that you're going to create 104 videos throughout the year, right? 52 weeks, 2 videos per week. You're going to create 104 videos. Now, If you've done this for a while, you know how hard it is to create videos. So creating 104 of them over the course of the year, that's a lot of work, right? Well, the 80-20 rule of YouTube tells us pretty much that 80% of our results are going to come from 20% of the videos we create. So out of these 104 videos that we create, only about 20 of them are going to be winners. And the way I define winners, if you're on a small channel, are those videos that get 5,000, maybe 10,000, 15,000 views, right? If you're a new channel and you create 104 videos throughout the course of the year, only about 20 of those videos are going to get about 5,000, 10,000, 15,000 views a piece, right? So imagine you put in all this work over the course of the year and you didn't nail this, right? You didn't nail the topic. Well, imagine if you did all that work and at the end of the year, you only ended up with maybe 5 winners, maybe 10 winners, or worst case scenario, 0 winners, right? That's a lot of work. So nailing the topic is so, so important, because if you don't do that, you're going to put a lot of effort and energy into creating videos that don't get views. So that's where I wanted to start this today, because it's so, so important. So now let's head back over to our whiteboard and let's just talk about a niche, right? Before we start diving into keywords and topics and stuff like that, let's just talk about how a niche works. So if we go to our whiteboard here and let's just grab a text and let's throw a heading on here. And for today's example, we're just going to use the video editing niche, right? And let's pop this up here to the top. And within that niche, you're going to have sub niches, right? So in this example, we'll use the different video editing software. So we'll put CapCut here. Let's put DaVinci Resolve in here. And let's put in Adobe Premiere. Right? So we have some sub niches within the video editing niche. Well, under each one of these, you're also going to have categories within those, right? So within CapCut, you're going to have editing. You might have effects, and you might have audio, for example, right? And there's many more categories underneath this, but just for example's sake, we'll use those 3. Well, then you're going to have people that are searching for different things under each one of these. And this is where your keywords would come in. But if I drag this over here, for example, under effects, people might be searching for the best transition effects in CapCut, right? Or they might be searching how to edit audio in CapCut, or how to add audio clips in CapCut, right? So they're searching for a number of different things within each of these categories here. So this is kind of your keyword level. Well, here's where I see a lot of people go wrong, right? They come onto YouTube as a small channel and they operate up here. They say, I'm going to create a channel on video editing, right? So we think of this as layer 1 or level 1 at the top. And what happens, guys, is they start creating videos on things like how to edit videos faster, for example, right? Because they're operating within this niche. Well, what happens is now, not only are they competing in this big, broad niche up here in layer 1, but they're also competing with everybody down here that's creating videos in this level down here, and they're competing with everybody down here in layer 3. So what I highly encourage people to do is not only come down to layer 2, but actually come down to layer 3 when they're a smaller channel, right? This way that I can get really niche, and I can even start by picking one category, right? So if I'm in the video editing niche and I got a new channel, I might say, okay, well, what video editing software am I really good at? Well, for example, let's say I'm good at CapCut. Okay, so now I'm going to focus on CapCut. Well, what things am I the best at in CapCut, right? So it might be editing, or it might be I'm really good with effects or mixing audio, or making cinematic videos, things like that. I can pick one little subcategory within this, and that's where I start my channel. And I start creating multiple videos on that topic, right? So boom, got a bunch of videos down here, and I won't keep drawing them out, but you get the idea, right? You start creating a bunch of videos. Well, then you start growing your subs, right? And you start getting more views. And over time, as you get really strong in this category, well, then you expand out there and you expand out here. And then over time, if you want to, then you can start going wider and this more, higher level niche approach. But we want to start at least a couple layers deep. So that's kind of where I wanted to start. So now what we do, once we have this, now we can start looking at some keywords. So let's think about in this CapCut niche, and we'll use editing, for example. What would people be searching for if they're interested in learning how to edit in CapCut? So just off the top of my head, if I type a few things out here, how to edit videos in CapCut, how to edit videos fast in CapCut, the best way to edit videos in CapCut, right? They would be searching things like that. If we come back over here for effects, they might be looking for the best transition effects in CapCut, or how to create transitions in CapCut. They might be searching for how to create animated graphics in CapCut, right? So you can start to brainstorm a bunch of different things that people are going to be typing in the YouTube to find videos on that topic. Now, if you wanted to, for example, you could also come over to ChatGPT. We'll just create a new chat here and just say something like, my niche is CapCut editing tutorials. What would people be searching for that are interested in CapCut editing tutorials? Please give me a list of keywords and long tail keywords. And let's see what it comes up with. Okay, so it's given us a bunch here. So if we copy these, we can paste them into our sheet here. And by the way, we're going to be using this sheet throughout this video today, guys. And if you want me to create a copy of this and send it over to you, just let me know. Just type in sheet in the comments and I'll make sure I send this over to you. So let's go back over to our chat here. And let's copy in these long ones. And this will just give us a basic list to start from. Right? So how to use CapCut for beginners. And one thing I want to point out is when I typed into ChatGPT, you probably noticed that I typed in keywords and then I typed in long tail keywords, right? So How to edit videos in CapCut, that's a more long tail keyword, right? CapCut editing is more just a simple keyword, right? CapCut music and audio editing tips, long tail keyword, right? So what I often like to do is to first start with what are people searching for, right? So when I first brainstormed this list, I had these top 3 up here. Well, what I'll often do is before I type this into YouTube, right? If I wanted to, for example, I could copy this keyword exactly as we put it in here, and I could start searching that just to kind of see what comes up, right? See what kind of videos are popping up. But usually where I like to start my research is I try to find the keyword within the long tail. Okay. So in this example, edit videos in CapCut would be the keyword within the long tail. So if I grab that and then I come over to YouTube and I paste this in, I want to show you something cool. So now when I have edit videos in CapCut, it's going to give me a bunch of suggested keywords, which are things that people are actually looking for on YouTube. Now, I also have the keywords everywhere tool where it will actually show me how many searches a keyword gets per month in YouTube. But I don't put a lot of weight on this because this doesn't show you the full pool, right? This may only get 70 searches exactly how it's typed here, but there's probably hundreds of thousands of views or even millions of views on edit videos in CapCut when people actually see those, because YouTube is showing those in people's feeds from their subscribers, their home feed, all that kind of stuff. So I don't put a ton of weight to the keyword search volume, but I do use it a little bit. So now if we go back and we paste in how to, let's go back to this so you can see what that looks like. If I copy that and I paste that in, well, now you can see how to edit videos in CapCut gets 1,900 searches per month. How to edit videos in CapCut PC gets 70 searches per month. How to edit videos in CapCut app gets 40 searches per month. If I just type in CapCut editing, now you'll see a bunch here. So CapCut editing actually gets 22,200 searches per month. And all of these right here are all different, short tail, not the longer tail keywords that I could start with. So for example, we got CapCut editing, right? Well, if I were to come out here and type in CapCut editing A, I'm going to get a bunch of keywords that start with CapCut editing, but also we get CapCut editing aesthetic, CapCut editing assets, CapCut editing AI. So we get a bunch of other terms from that. And I could go through the whole list: B, C, CapCut editing challenge, CapCut editing cinematic. So let's actually click on this and let's see what we find here. Okay. So we got the term CapCut editing cinematic. I'm actually going to copy this over to our sheet as a keyword. And now that we're in here, I want to show you something. So I have the vidIQ extension installed, and I can see that this particular video right here has how to edit cinematic videos in CapCut, right? So this video right here was created 1 year ago, has 818,000 views. It's currently getting 42 views per hour, and let's see, 1,171 views per day. So this video is getting a ton of views. If I scroll down here, we got another one here, how to edit a cinematic video in CapCut. It's getting 38,000 views. Another one down here, 194,000. This is more cinematic color grading, so a little bit different topic. But now I can start to get some ideas. Okay, how to make cinematic edits in CapCut, 101,000 views. How to edit a cinematic video in CapCut, 76,000 views. So as we keep going here, we got another one, cinematic edit editing in CapCut, 446,000 views, still getting 10 views per hour, even though it was created 3 years ago. You know, if I was in this niche, all of these would be good examples of videos I'd want to create. Now, the other thing this is showing me, vidIQ is showing me this is 100 times outlier for this channel, right? So this particular video is performing 100 times better than the channel's average, which is pretty awesome. This one's 30 times better than the channel's average, 31 times better, 17 times better, 100 times better. So pretty awesome category that if I wanted to do well in this niche, this would be something that I would be creating a video on. So if we actually take this, one of the things I like to do is, you know, not only am I trying to find topics, but I'm trying to find inspiration for what works, right? So if I take this and I screenshot this here, I'll screenshot that. I'll screenshot this one here. I'll screenshot this one. And if I come down here, I'll just screenshot all 3 of these in one go. Now what I can do somewhere in like a Notion doc, for example, is I can start saving this stuff for later. So if I grab all those screenshots that I just took and bring them into this Notion doc, now when I go to record a video on this topic, I have a bunch of videos that have performed well. And not only do I have the titles of those videos, but I also have the thumbnails that I can use as inspiration, right? So I can take inspiration from a video that's got 446,000 views, or inspiration from a video that's got 194,000 views, right? So it gives me an idea. Now, another thing that I can do if I wanted to is I can kind of get an average in my sheet. So if I go back to YouTube and I pop this up here, let's just bring this back. CapCut editing cinematic. It's not really showing any particular search volume for that particular keyword. CapCut cinematic editing, however, is getting 10 searches a month. Nothing crazy, but if I wanted to, in our spreadsheet here, I could type in, you know, that it's getting 10 searches per month just as a research thing. But we know that that doesn't include the entire pool of views this video is getting, because we've already found multiple views or multiple videos that are getting way more views, right? This one's getting 5 views per hour. This one's getting 4 views per hour. This one's still getting 10 views per hour. These up here, 42 views per hour. So we know that this is a topic that, although is not getting a ton of people searching for that particular keyword, it's still getting a ton of views. And remember, if we typed in, let's do how to edit cinematic videos in CapCut, you can see that this term right here, it says is only getting about 50 searches per month. So people are only actually searching that topic 50 times per month. However, this video alone that's using that keyword as a primary keyword that's gotten 818,000 views, or 42 views per hour, you know, it's getting more views per hour almost than what it's showing as search volume. So that's why I don't put a ton of weight on just the search volume. But this tells me that I found a topic that's, you know, getting a lot of views. And if I scroll down here, if I just kind of look at this one's getting 818, this one's getting 38,000, 194, 101, 76,000, 446K. So if I'm just quickly doing some, you know, quick math on that, nothing fancy, you know, I could put in here, this particular topic has the potential to get 100,000 views, right? Now, obviously, that requires me to do a lot of those other things right that I talked about earlier, right? Creating that good video, creating a good title, creating a good thumbnail. All those things have to be done well to compete with these other videos. However, the cool thing is I found a topic that has the potential to at least get 100,000 views, right? And let me show you another cool thing. And if I may do a separate tutorial or video on this in the future, but what I want to show you is if we go back to YouTube here and let's see, we got a title here, how to edit cinematic videos in CapCut Ultimate Guide. Okay. So not a amazing title, not a bad title. Obviously, this video is done really well, still doing really well, getting 42 views per hour, over 1,100 views per day, but not the most amazing title. If we come into Chat GPT and we want to make this title even better, and actually I got this pulled up, and this is what I was talking about. I can create a separate tutorial on at a later date. But I've created a GPT that allows me to come up with a ton of amazing title ideas. So if I come in here and I just say, I want to create a video that is titled similar to this video, and I'm just going to paste that title of that video in. And then I'm going to say, but I want to create a title that is even more clickable and has the potential to do over 100,000 views on YouTube. Please give me a list of 100 titles for this video that are clickable, but keep the same idea of editing cinematic videos in CapCut. And let's see what it comes up with. And now it's going to start to go to work here. And the cool thing about this particular GPT is I have a bunch of stuff built in, like title frameworks and things like that, that it's going to help us use to come up with a bunch of cool title ideas. For example, it's giving 20 here that's going to add urgency and curiosity. So one right off the bat that stands out is CapCut cinematic editing secrets you must know, right? If I were to A/B test that up against our title right here, how to edit cinematic videos in CapCut. So if I actually, let's just come down here to the bottom and let's kind of put these together. If I just saw these two videos side by side, I would probably want to click on this one, right? And you can even fancy this one up just like that one. Editing secrets, right? CapCut cinematic editing secrets you must know, right? And this is kind of how I would start. So we know we got a winning topic. So I would come through this list right here, and I could even create multiple videos on this, right? So CapCut cinematic editing secrets you must know. I'd probably create a video on that. How to instantly make your videos cinematic in CapCut. That's a good title. 10 CapCut tricks to edit cinematic videos fast. Really like that one. That would probably be a separate video. And we could keep working down this list. Create professional cinematic edits in minutes with CapCut. Pretty awesome title, right? And I would do this until I had a whole list of these, right? And if I scroll down through here, it's going to give us different types of titles. Achieve Hollywood level cinematic quality in CapCut. That's an awesome title. And I could do a couple things with this, right? So number one, now I would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just off the quick search that I did here, a potential video topic or potential video titles, right? That I could go through here and kind of look through these and think about them from, a viewer's perspective. If I was in their shoes, which one of these videos would make me excited to click, right? And I would go through here and kind of think through this, I really like that one, but I think that one could be a standalone video. So I could pull that one out and say, nope, creating a standalone video on this one. Keep looking through here. Maybe we say, this one's going to be a standalone video, right? So now these are 2 other videos that I'm going to create on my channel. So I could throw these down here in my list here. And out of these, maybe I say, okay, this is the one that I like the most. This is the one I think is going to get the most clicks. Now I put this over in my sheet here. And now I have 3 particular video ideas that when we did the research show that had the potential of getting 100,000 views. Now remember, on the high end, we found videos that had almost 1 million views with 800,000. And on the low end, we had videos that were still getting 38,000 views, right? So I picked a topic, and if I create these 3 videos, I guarantee you there's a good chance that with these good titles that we came up with and the topic, that we could create a video that could get thousands of views, right? It may not get the 800,000 views, or it may not even get the 38,000 views. But as a small channel, if I could get one of these videos to get 10 to 15,000 views, I'm quickly accelerating how fast I can grow my channel, right? Now, the other things that I would do with this is we captured this information up here for a reason, right? So when I actually go to create my thumbnail, what I would do, and there's a lot of different tools you can do stuff like this in, but just if I show you a quick method, so let's just capture this one. We'll just capture some of these real quick, and I'll show you what I would do. And we'll grab one more here. And what I will do is we'll just create a new whiteboard real quick. And let's actually grab those thumbnails that we just took a screenshot of. And let's drag them in here. All right. And obviously I haven't created a video on this topic. I'm just using this as an example. But if I grab one of my thumbnails, if I come in here, and throw this in here, what I would want to do is look at these thumbnails and determine, and I could change the order of these. Once I've came up with the idea, figured out which one I'm going to create, I would compare my thumbnail that I create to all these others. Now, obviously mine's on a different topic. I just threw that in there for example, but now we not only looked at, okay, we got a good topic, we compared our titles to the titles that are out there. Now we compare our thumbnail to what's out there to see how our thumbnail stacks up. And if we created a title that's awesome and better, and then we create a thumbnail that looks as good or better than the other thumbnails on this topic, now we've even given ourselves another chance to have a better opportunity that this video does well. Now, if I want to even take that up another notch, I can scroll down here and look through the comments, right? I can start to see what people liked about this particular video, right? So let's see what they say here. There's a lot of good and bad things between other video editing softwares, but able to use custom LUTs, that's a huge benefit. So for example, this particular person liked the fact that you could use custom LUTs in CapCut, right? So if I'm creating a video on this topic, that tells me that people are interested in that. I could scroll through here and see what else we got. Would you be open to making tutorials how to make engaging shorts like the way you do in CapCut PC, right? So that could give me not something for this video, but it could give me an idea for a different video. Let's see what else we got. Please make an in-depth advanced level color grading tutorial in CapCut, right? So another video idea right there. So here's somebody here asking how to add text with rectangular border text. So that could give us an idea there, right? So anyways, long story short, to make your videos even better, you could go through these comments and kind of see what people are liking about the video and what people aren't liking about the video. Again, I think this person meant to say LUTs here, but again, color grading LUTs, that's a popular one on this particular video that a lot of people are commenting. So this would give me ideas for my video. So if we just kind of recap everything we went over here today, guys, the topic, guys, it's so important, right? You could spend all this time in the world creating that thumbnail, creating those titles, creating these amazing videos, but if you don't nail the topic, you're not going to get the views. And if you want to grow a small channel fast, I highly recommend that you focus so much more time on the topic. And then once you nail that topic and you put them into a sheet like this, where you know what the potential is, then you go out there, you create the videos, the thumbnails, and the titles. So thank you guys for watching today. We'll see you in the next one.